Welcome to Commerce Academy. In previous lecture, we discussed how to make cost of goods sold statement. So today I am going to discuss applied factory overhead. Applied factory overhead is calculated on the basis of direct material use, direct labor, machine per hour, and production per piece. So applied factory overhead is calculated when the actual factory overhead expenses in very large. So sometimes difficult to calculate the actual factory overhead during a year, so that they use the estimated applied factory overhead, and at the end of year they compare actual factory overhead with estimated factory overhead. So applied factory overhead divided into two categories. One is overapplied and underapplied. So overapplied FOH means when applied factory overhead is greater than actual factory overhead is called overapplied factory overhead. And underapplied when applied FOH is less than actual factory overhead is called underapplied factory overhead. Means our estimation is less than actual cost. So here our estimation is more than actual FOH. So now we discuss how to calculate under and our applied factory overhead. So firstly, our applied factory overhead. So given applied FOH 50% of direct labor. Direct labor cost is 60,000. And first we calculate applied factory overhead cost. 50% of direct labor. Cost is 60,000. Amount is 30,000. Applied FOH is 30,000. So our actual FOH is 26,000. So here is our applied FOH is greater than actual FOH. So less. So value is 4,000. This is our applied. That is called our applied factory overhead because applied FOH is greater than the actual factory overhead. So if the value is our applied factory overhead, then this value is less from the cost of goods sold. Our cost of goods sold is 87,000, so less. Our treatment here. Here value for 87,000, so less our applied for. So answer is 83,000 cost of goods sold actual. So in this way you can calculate our applied factory overhead and its a treatment. mean when actual applied factory overhead is greater than actual factory overhead is called our applied factory overhead. We compare applied factory overhead with actual. So applied is greater than actual, difference is 4000, so its value is less from the cost of goods sold. So this is our actual cost of goods sold. So now we discuss underapplied FH. Underapplied FH is when estimated FH is less than from the actual factory overhead cost is called underapplied factory overhead. So applied factory overhead is 60% of direct labor. Direct labor cost is 40,000. So we calculate cost 40,000. So is 24,000 is our applied FH of 60% of 40. So value is 24,000. So we see the actual FH is our 45,000, but applied FH is 24,000. So you compare the actual FH is greater than. Now we see the difference. How many difference between both? So we find difference 45,000, 24,000, 21,000 our under applied because our estimation is under, but our actual expense is 45,000. We estimated expense is 24, so difference our underestimate is 21,000 under apply. In under apply case, so cgs value is 87,000. So under applied add in cgs. So 1,08,000. So in this way you can calculate under applied and over applied factory overhead. So this is a full treatment of under and over applied factory overhead. So practice, and we also discuss in further next lecture cost of goods sold statement with under and over applied factory overhead. So you watch this lecture again, and if you have any question, any confusion, you can be discuss with me. So we meet in next lecture. Thank you and goodbye.